Horror icons. There are so many out there that truly spark the fear that comes to the fans that do watch them. We love seeing iconic kills and slashing and chasing of teenage kids. And there are some truly intimidating ones, with the likes of Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger, and Jason being the top dogs out there. There's a lot of other intimidating icons out there. I want to talk about one that stands at a mere 2 feet tall. Maybe a little bigger, maybe a little smaller. He carries a knife, he has red hair, he's not related to me, and that one, of course, is Chucky. Child's Play kicked off in 1988 and has since seen Chucky star in several sequels. He's had a wife, he's had a child for some reason, and he's also kicked off his own TV show. With a kill count of over 60 kills and counting, we have to go back to Child's Play in 1988 and truly talk about why this character has become so iconic. So guess what? Today, we're going to fuck with the Chuck. Before I get started, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about Chucky and how you got started with this iconic character, and what is your favorite film down there. And I might be doing a ranking video at some point as well. I would love to do that. I personally did not start watching any Chucky film until several years ago. About 3 or 4 years ago. For some reason, I just never watched these movies. I've watched all the Halloween films a countless number of times, but I never really tackled Chucky. Until a couple years ago, I met somebody on YouTube, Cody Leach, and his favorite was Child's Play 3. And I've actually collaborated with him, did a ranking with him as well a long time ago. I'm not even sure that's in existence anymore, honestly. But however, I have seen his love of Chucky grow, and I've since binge watched the entire franchise several times now. So Chucky is a great character with the great kills and funny quips, and of course having a great performance by Brad Dourif leading the way. This is why it's truly been a classic film that every year in our house, it's a staple to watch every Halloween. The film follows Karen Barclay, a young mother who is struggling to provide for her young son, Andy. Andy is a huge enthusiast of the Good Guy Dolls, which is like a TV program. And of course, it is Andy's birthday, and the only thing he wants for his birthday is, of course, a Good Guy doll. And Karen, being a great mother like she is, she lives by the motto, apparently, if there's a will, there's a way. She found a way to give Andy a Good Guy doll for his birthday, which is a great thing to do as a parent, to give a great gift for your kid. Little does Karen know that the gift that she has given her son was actually being possessed or taken over by a criminal named Charles Lee Ray, portrayed by Brad Dourif here. Of course, Chucky wreaks havoc on the Barclays, and of course this is where our story will take off. From my perspective on this film, as considering I saw it way later in my life than other people have seen it, of course I'm not going to be necessarily scared of a doll nowadays. However, I'm watching these films, and of course I'm scared to see what happens to these victims of Chucky or Charles Lee Ray here. So, of course, it still is effective so many years later, even if as an adult watching for the first time, I was truly invested in the Chucky character. I wanted to see what he was going to do, how was his kills like. And of course, one of my favorite films in the franchise is actually Child's Play 2. But the entire franchise, other than maybe 1 or 2 here, have really been so effective for me. I really do enjoy the Child's Play franchise as a whole. And I think it's one of the more consistent franchises as we get along into the entries that actually really make the character even better as we go along. They don't kind of make him worse or take him to space or something like that. I think Chucky is one of the more fascinating characters, and I think a lot of that has to do with the kind of the love and care that they put into this character and this franchise, because the same people were pretty much invested from the get-go. There's a really great documentary that I watched this year called Living with Chucky, that really made me appreciate every movie a lot better. Even the Seed of Chucky, which is probably my least favorite, I did really enjoy the documentary, so you guys should check that one out. I think it really has great interviews with the actors here, and something that you should definitely check out, Living with Chucky. But anyway, Child's Play here has an awesome cast. I know I've mentioned Brad Dourif a few times, but let's talk about Andy here, and he's portrayed by Alex Vincent. He is a character here that, of course, is a child, and you can get so much out of a child actor. However, I feel like they got the best out of Alex Vincent here. He gives a really great performance as Andy. And of course, he's not going to be the greatest on camera, but for what this film is and what it contained here, he does a really great job, and I think Alex Vincent gets a lot of credit for the films that he was in here. And so he's definitely one of the heart and soul characters of consider the first two movies for sure. And of course, we have to talk about Catherine Hicks, who plays Karen Barclay. For this single mom, she is definitely a strong character for me. I really enjoy Catherine Hicks here. I think she does a really good job becoming that motherly figure to Andy, and also trying to fight for her son's sanity too, and trying to get the people around her to realize that no, the doll is real, the doll is killing people, and it's after my son. Like, no one believes her, so she takes matters into her own hands. Definitely one of those awesome kind of characters in horror films. So props to Catherine Hicks. She was able to deliver maybe could be a thankless role as like a single mother. However, they make her really a strong character that I really do like a lot here. And of course, we had to talk about Chris Sheridan as Mike Norris, the detective here that doesn't believe her right away until he's attacked by Chuck. And of course, he is a character that you want to like scream at, of course, because we're knowing what's going on in the camera, and he's just not buying anything until his eyes. It's seeing is believing, I guess, in his opinion here. Of course, there's other characters in here too that they all seem to work. The Karen's friend here who does babysit, who's pretty much the first kill other than Charles Lee Ray in this movie. She's fine here. I think she's kind of an entertaining character, but dies rather quickly, so we don't get a whole lot with her. The kills for this first film is definitely designed to make you think as an audience member, is this doll really doing these kills? Until you actually see him move for your own eyes, you really are left wondering, is this kid just making this up, or is it actually happening? And I think that's brilliantly done by the filmmakers here. And when they actually do get the reveal of Chucky, I think the animation still works really well after so many years. And considering this movie came out 35 years ago, it's amazing to see how well everything really holds up when him running around the house. And I know how that is done, but seeing all the movements in Chucky's face really plays well after so many years after this is done. Again, when the kills start happening and the action starts ramping up, you're on the edge of your seat and you can't stop watching. I'm watching this with a smile on my face because it's super entertaining. There's so much more depth here than I actually realized as well. Seeing that relationship between Andy and his mom, I really liked that. And the ending is also kind of funny. It's kind of like a little quick jump scare is there as well. It immediately makes you want to go watch the second one, because that one I feel like took everything that was great from this original premise of Child's Play and ramps it up even more, and proves to be one of my favorite entries in the franchise. Even though the franchise does start getting into more camp, it still plays really well because it's kind of self-contained. Some of the kills get a little bigger and brighter there as well. And while we do get into some territory that might not be the biggest or the best area for fans to enjoy, personally, as a person who will never claim to be have the most knowledge in any horror film or even this franchise in general, but as a person just watching it as pure entertainment, there's enough there to be completely invested in all the fun cheesiness and camp, but also the great horror moments as well. Child's Play will be one of my favorite franchises for a very long time. Of course, I'm always going to go to the big dogs of Mike Myers, and even watching the Jason movies again. And Freddy Krueger, of course, he's frightening. But watching those big dogs, of course, those are always a lot of fun. They are definitely more intimidating than a little doll. But seeing a little doll run rampant over a bunch of people and killing 60-plus people, you got to say, there's something quite effective with Chucky. So anyway, that's my quick thoughts and takes on Child's Play from 1988. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this film, and also I'll check out for a ranking. I think I'm officially going to do a ranking of the Child's Play movies, because it's Halloween time. We need to rank something here, and I think Child's Play is the perfect film to do so, celebrating its 35th anniversary, rather. So anyway, till next time, I'll see you later.